I'm a soul man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm a soul man. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hello there. Alright, me old muckers. Today I'll be looking back at a film that encapsulates the zeitgeist of its time, the ambience and atmosphere of its age, and the spirit of an old generation. A movie of authenticity about hope, its limits and its consequences. That's hope with an H, by the way. The era in question is the 1990s, and the film is... Back in the late 80s and early 90s, the winds of change were blowing the air of hope and anticipation through the whole of the Western world. Eastern Europe was done with communism, South Africa was done with apartheid, and Gen Xers were embarking on an epoch-defining hedonistic binge to celebrate, and inventing techno music along the way. There was a genuine mood of optimism, that we were breaking through to a new era of peace and prosperity, and there's no other way to put it, a new age of spiritual enlightenment. Right here, right now, there is no other place I want to be. We thought we had it all sussed out. Watching the world wake up from history. But just a short hop across the Irish Sea and things weren't looking so rosy. The booming economies in other parts of Europe must have seemed a very distant prospect for many Irish people at the time, and the troubles in the north had been going on for so long nobody expected them to end any time soon. Hope wasn't a particularly prevalent commodity in 1980s Ireland, but God moves in mysterious ways, as they say, and Roddy Doyle's Back to Barrytown trilogy was about to become a global movie phenomenon and help kickstart and give momentum to a resurgent Dublin.
The Commitments, I sort of felt like, was part of a resurgence of confidence in the Irish. There was something around us claiming our Dublin.
The Commitments is an Irish film made by and for the Irish people, but it was an English geezer that took it global.
And I read it and then I ranked it. I said, I've read this, it's fabulous. We have to somehow do it. And we were warned that it would be very low budget. There would be no money available, it would be handheld, everything. Said it doesn't matter.
And it was comedy writing titans Ian Lafreniere and Dick Clement who brought in geezer-in-chief Alan Parker to make it.
And everybody, from the top with music, please.
The Commitments ain't a complicated movie. It's a comedic romp of music and wit punctuated with memorable gags.
Because you know everything about music, Jimmy. You had that Frankie Goes to Hollywood album before anyone had ever heard of them. And you were the first to realise you were shite.
Authentic characters.
This the band, is it?
Yeah.
So you two are shitting themselves.
And ecstatic performances. And the gallows humour prevents it from ever becoming a gritty, realistic depiction into the plight and the poverty of the Irish working classes.
You've been collecting unemployment benefit for the past 2 years. Are you trying to tell me you can't get a job?
We're a third world country. What can you do?
The Commitments is a one-off. It's unique and a very special film.
Sure, it's basic and it's simple, but it's something else, something special. Cause it's honest, that's it, it's honest. There's no fucking bullshit.
The Dublin presented to us in the film is full of the life and energy of the working class people living there. This may well be a contrived idealistic portrayal of the working classes, but nonetheless it was the good people of the four-city state who embraced their visiting filmmaking guests and made it all work. And without them, the film just wouldn't be the same at all.
Who's sorry now? Any chance for me, lads?
Apart from one or two notable exceptions, in his uncompromising pursuit of authenticity, Parker also cast musicians rather than actors. Parker has form for casting people rather than actors.
You know who says so? Me.
I think it's very grand of me saying I didn't want movie stars. I just had to be honest. And that way, these kids came from the street and they're up there on the screen. You extract as much as you can from them, and there's a freshness and honesty and truth.
Each cast member brings something of themselves to the film and gives it to the audience.
That's where Parker's genius comes in. He would use things he saw in them and let them be themselves.
Perhaps none more so than Dave Finnegan, who played psycho drummer Micah Don't Fuck With Me Wallace.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Right, what we're going to do is just play 90 mile an hour. I went up, put the mic in my mouth and done the splits.
And Parker weren't afraid to use some unorthodox methods to find the exact people he was looking for.
I'm sitting there, my quiver's decaying, sweating with a vest on me, pumped up, and never acted in my life. And I went, all right. And he said,
Yeah, you're all mouth, you know
See
that?
that wall?
You've always been all
See that
mouth.
wall?
Huh?
Face is going through that wall.
My face is going through that wall, your face is going through that wall.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah, what are you going to do if I get smart?
Keep pushing on and break your bleeding neck, right?
You do what? You and who's
Break
on
your
it?
neck.
You...
My arm.
and I said, listen.
Get out of here. I'll give you 10 seconds to get out of here.
Okay, very good, Dave. Very convincing.
And I went, I was only joking.
But the band and the film were still missing its lead singer.
My name's Jimmy Rabbit. I'm putting a band together. I need a singer. Me?
Andrew's first note, Parker just leapt out of the chair.
The adrenaline that fell into Parker's body, because we had been looking quite a while.
He was like, oh, this is my guy.
Thrown in together in at the deep end, we see the chemistry developing between them through their characters, their confidence growing in harmony with the story. The casting of Murphy as the only recognised actor in the group was something of a genius move by Parker.
Why would you want to join us?
The Lord sent me. The Lord blows my trumpet.
Murphy's off-screen experience translates directly onto Joey's relationships with the other band members on the screen. He's the man with the expertise and the example for the others to follow in and out of character.
We've done good work here tonight. Will you all form a circle, please? You too, Jimmy. Come on, just form a circle.
And as a character, Joey is a very intriguing proposition.
What did Evel Knievel want?
God sent him. What? God sent him.
Well, a fucking Suzuki.
They say, well, fucking Suzuki. Pure class.
The script playfully riffs on this idea continuously, and we're never quite sure if Joey is just a randy, opportunistic chancer.
Brilliant management, Brother Rabbit. Will they be dressed in black?
Or really has been sent by divine providence to be the band's guardian angel.
We'll be playing soul. See, the Lord told me the Irish brothers needed some soul. Well, Ed Winchell, a Baptist reverend on Lennox Avenue in Harlem, told me. But the Lord told him to tell me. He said the Irish brothers wouldn't be shooting the arses off each other if they had soul.
So if the star of the show is the Irish people, then its heartbeat is the sweet soul sounds of 1960s black urban America. Dublin soul was always an illusion, of course, but the Commitments as a band can stand upon their own merits.
All that sweat, all that, that's because they are pounding it out.
At their very best, the performances in the movie itself are borderline euphoric, and one or two even iconic. But let's be honest, white people playing black music has always been a bit controversial.
Do you not think, what? Well, like, maybe we're a little white for that kind of thing.
It was an amazing experience because we rehearsed with Wilson Pickett in SIR in Los Angeles. Terrified of this guy because he's like, you know, he's a soul legend, you know. He's like, you're playing too white. And I was like, oh, well, I am white.
But without the soul music, the movie just wouldn't work.
Because I wanted to hear the songs done differently to see whether we could actually do them.
I'm black and I'm proud.
But the script don't just gloss over the issue with a funny scene or two, or play lip service to it. It stakes its claim and embraces the music with all the honesty, integrity and passion it can muster.
What kind of music are we going to be playing, Jimmy? You're working class, right?
It would be if there was any work.
So, your music should be about where you're from and the sort of people you come from. Just speak the language of the streets. It should be about struggle and sex. And I don't mean mushy, shite love songs about I'll hold your hand and love you till the end of time. I mean riding, fucking tongues, scooters, boxers, the works.
Jesus. What kind of music says all that?
Soul.
Soul?
Soul. We're gonna be playing Dublin Soul.
Dublin Soul.
Fucking deadly.
We can break it all down into 3 acts and an epilogue that ties it all together. We follow the main protagonist, Jimmy Rabbit, played by Robert Arkins, through the tests of a conventional hero's journey plotline with a sprinkling of Catholic values, symbolism and morality thrown into the mix.
A lot of work. If you didn't do it for God, who would you do it for?
In the opening scenes, we are presented with a rather shabby and stale looking island. There are anachronisms everywhere, which gives us the feeling of a society on the cusp of transformation, but struggling to take the final steps out of the past. Parker uses horses as a symbol of this struggle throughout the film.
You're not taking that into the lift.
We have to. The stairs will kill him.
And on the other side of the coin, we get the hilarious smorgasbord of fads and fashions in the audition sequence, representing the limited range of options on the Irish cultural horizon. As the first act draws to a close, Jimmy shares his passion for the music, and even if not everybody is entirely convinced, we all cross over into Act 2 with a spark of hope ignited for what's to come. Act 2 begins with Jimmy descending into Dublin's underworld to get the gear he needs for the band. The story is now all about how the band can turn their hopes into success.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commitment!
They are rewarded for their hard work, but with each success comes more entitlement and more ego.
Fuck you, you fat fucker!
The jokes keep coming and the ugly tensions between the characters grow in direct proportion to the improving performances on stage.
Get the fucking out of it! It doesn't take long to get the hang of it, does it?
And to be fair, the performances get pretty damn good. 1 or 2 may even be better than the original.
That's fucking blasphemy!
The band's journey begins with a rather shaky but at times promising performance for their friends and family before they cross the threshold into the unknown. Each and every performance is now a test, and the band passes each test with greater and greater climactic flourishes of intensity. But just like a teenage boy making his first forays into the world of carnal kicks, suffer 1 or 2 anticlimactic incidents before they can manage to control the crescendo of their climax. As the band improves, we watch Jimmy relishing the new challenges thrown up by managing the band. He talks the talk and proves himself to be a bit of a sharp operator.
When's the next gig? Oh, we haven't really got that.
We're the Gorillas of Soul. We don't announce gigs. We hit, then we sink back into the night. That's Gorilla with a U, not an O.
Oh, yeah.
But as a character, we don't just admire his fast-talking wit, we warm to his honesty and moral courage as well.
I'd like to introduce you to the hardest working band in the world. Deco, deep throat, trumpet vocals. On lead guitar, X-Band, Fender, Bender, Foster. Finally on drums, Mika, Don't Fuck With Me, Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commitments.
The third act is an odyssey through the music clubs of Dublin and consists almost entirely of the band performing and fighting. Behind the scenes, hopes have become expectations and aspirations entitlement. They are in open rebellion against Jimmy, whose tenuous grip all depends on the appearance of Wilson Pickett. When he fails to show up, the band implodes and the dream is over.
Fuck it. Fuck the lorries.
Well, but you wonder if Wilson Pickett had showed up, would they have had that row?
The day after, the next day, when Wilson Pickett wasn't there. Yeah, inevitably they're going to break up.
The only character who didn't buy into the delusion was Joey the Lips Fagan.
I believe in starts. Once you have the start, the rest is inevitable.
So if the band was always destined to fail, what was the point?
Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song, for he's done marvellous things. Psalm 98.
Well, I did tell you at the beginning, this is a movie about hope, with an H, its limits and its consequences.
Look, I know you're hurting now, but in time you'll realise what you've achieved.
I've achieved nothing.
You're missing the point. Success of the band was irrelevant. You raised their expectations of life, you lifted their horizons. Sure, we could have been famous and made albums and stuff, but that would have been predictable. This way it's poetry.
It feels like Joey's talking to all of us, and I think he's saying that success can come in all shapes and sizes. Personally, I like to think he really was some kind of fallen angel destined to roam the land on his Suzuki, bringing hope to the common folks around the world.
Joseph Fagan. Joey the Lips Fagan.
And I'm Jimmy the Bollocks Rabbit.
I earned my name for my horn playing. What you earned yours for?
Whoever he really is, we witness for ourselves the truth of his words in the epilogue. For some of the characters, the band was the final destination. For others, it was the first step on the ladder of aspiration and ambition. The band for these characters was a vital stepping stone towards greater things, which of course was also true for the cast of the movie in real life. The story of the commitments on screen and the story of how it was made is what makes it so unique and is where the magic comes from.
That was the magic. It's another word of his, a magic that he was looking for, and he found it.
Nothing too fancy, nothing too clever, just a bit of honesty, some great gags, a lot of graft, and the cherry on the cake, wall-to-wall soul.
That's very profound, Jimmy. What does it mean? I'm fucked if I know, Terry. All you gotta do.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is The Commitments, a masterpiece in movie making that captured the essence of its time and yet still remains a timeless classic today. A simple film of great music and plenty of laughs. The geezer enthusiastically recommends that you find the time to watch it again soon. Anyway, that's all from me today, so until next time, be lucky.